Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and today I'm here for an extra video. Welcome! If you're in the premieres, hello, how are you? I might be in the chat with you if you are watching this live. Please say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from and what time it is for you, wherever you are in the world. And if you are watching this on the replay, hello, welcome. I hope that you're having a wonderful holiday. And this is a little impromptu Wipnchat that I'm filming ahead of time so that we can just, be together. I'm going to be diamond painting as well, and you're watching footage of me working on a diamond painting a couple months ago, actually. I decided to finish Beachcomber's Bounty, and I had this footage left over. You can see I'm showing you my putty. This is Spa Day by, I'll have it linked down below. But this is Beachcomber's Bounty by Diamond Art Club. I'm using a pen from Diamond Pen Pal and a tray from Munimade. And I had filmed this ahead of time, kind of thinking that I was going to do something else with this footage, but in the end, here we are. I'm glad I still have it though, because I really needed to help Crashly out and fill in another spot. So I'm here with you to talk and give you some company, so I hope that you'll join me. As I am talking with you now, and for the next, hour or so, I'm going to be working on my own painting, Ajisai by Diamond Art Club, and this gives me the motivation to pull out this diamond painting, the Beachcomber's Bounty, and actually I'm going to do the post review on that for you all. I had filmed it already, and unfortunately it got eaten. I don't know what happened. Oh no, I do know what happened. The worst nightmare of a diamond painting creator. I accidentally deleted the footage of me doing the post review on that kit. So I had intended to share it with you, and then I guess I just got behind. It's been kind of busy. And originally, as I was setting up to hang out with you today, I was actually going to read you some Christmas stories, but guess what? The internet is out, and it's been out all day. It's a very strange feeling to not be connected. And I went looking for a physical book, and I thought I brought it back with me from the States. I have a really cute little book from my childhood, and I thought that I would read some stories from that, but unfortunately, I can't find it. So we are stuck here together for the next while, just you and me and diamond painting. So I hope you'll join me. What else do I need to say about that? I don't know, but here we are. I hope you're having a lovely day so far, and if you're watching this after this video has released, because you're probably too busy to watch it when it releases, I hope that you had a very happy and safe holiday season. All of my best to those of you who might be struggling at this time. Oh, and that's my computer asking me to update. No, we do not need to do that right now. I thought you did that yesterday. Okay. Yeah, it can be very difficult this time of year for a lot of us. So just know that my thoughts are with you. I've been there before, and it's still a little rough, but the day that I'm actually filming this voiceover, it is Sunday, the 22nd. I'm hoping that I can get this video made and put up as soon as possible so that it is ready to go, and that way you have something to listen to if you're not doing much, and maybe it'll give you the motivation to break out your diamond painting or whatever craft you're currently working on. I have a lot of friends who are they've finished their diamond painting project and they moved on to like knitting or cross stitch or something like that. So it doesn't matter what you work on. when you watch my videos. I just am glad that you're here and that you're coming back to watch the video. And just as a little aside, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribing is free. If you just hit the subscribe button, it means that I will show up in your list of subscriptions on YouTube. So if you hit the subscribe button, that would be awesome. And a thumbs up would be nice, but it's not necessary. It just helps our videos in the algorithm. So thank you in advance if you have the ability to do that. I know it's hard to do when you're watching on the TV and stuff. But Luna and I are here in the craft room, and I am just trying to get as close as I can to finished on this diamond painting. I really would like to get a finish before the end of the year. There's only a couple days left, really, and I need to get in the kitchen. I am in charge of baked goods this year, and unfortunately, I don't have the internet, and my recipe is on the internet. I don't think I printed it out. I used the same recipe, so I should have printed it for this kind of situation, but oh well. When I went to go look for the Christmas book, I found some other books that I brought back with me that were my grandma's, and one of them is like a cookbook, an Amish cookbook, Montezuma something. I don't know. I just found it and I was like, oh, it was hers. I remember it being in the kitchen. I'm not even sure if she used it, to be honest, but she loved going. So my grandparents, I'm originally from Virginia, and my grandmother and grandfather used to take these trips up to the mountains, and there was an Amish store there, I remember, and they used to do a lot of like baked goods and breads and things like that, and she used to love coming back with like an entire cooler full of food. Good memories. So I brought that back with me. So I thought maybe I'll look in there and see if maybe the recipe's in there, but I don't think it is. Although I just thought, I did open it recently on my phone, so maybe it's actually still on there and still loaded and stuff. I don't know. Oh well, it just goes to show you that like you can't really count on being connected all the time, right? And it's nice to disconnect too, honestly. Especially this time of year, the notifications are going out of control. So, yeah, just taking a lovely little break. Are you much of a cook or a baker? I love baking for the holidays, and this year the plan is a red velvet cake. But I'm planning on doing a different frosting. I usually do a cream cheese frosting, but I find that the buttercream is usually too sweet. Like I'm not a fan of buttercream. After making so many cakes, I really dislike buttercream. And so I think I'm going to do the ermine or the ermine. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, to be honest. Ermine is an animal, right? This is like, I think they call it, the other name for it is boiled milk frosting. And it sounds kind of gross, but it's supposed to be a lighter, fluffier, less sweet buttercream. And I thought, what's the harm? I'll try it out. And if it doesn't work, I've got backup cream cheese. So it's not a problem if it doesn't work out. I'll just make the cream cheese. But I've already got the cake board ready, and like everything is ready to go. I just need to get it baked, and the plan is that I will freeze the cake layers and assemble on Christmas Eve. It's a little bit of pressure, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll make it work. So tomorrow is Monday. Monday is going to be a kind of a busy day. We've got a lot going on. A feels weird about talking about the future, but you're going to be watching this in the future after these events happen. Anyway, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. But yeah, tomorrow, Monday, is going to be the day where I try to get my other unboxings filmed and ready to go up. And I've got cookies to make as well. So I'm making some lemon curd cookies, but the cookie base is going to be it's a gluten-free flour that I'm using because, there are allergies where we're going, so I just want to make sure that everybody can enjoy the dessert. And it's like a little, it's a very crumbly cookie, and it uses powdered sugar to kind of keep everything together. So anyway, I will share photos and stuff if you haven't seen it already, I probably have already put a picture up by the time you see this video. Check out my Instagram or Facebook. And I'm Rachel Ray Official on Instagram and Rachel Ray FB on Facebook. Don't ask. Long story. But I hope you'll follow me over there, because that's where I post pictures. I've kind of slowed down on like advertising my videos on my socials. I know that's kind of what you're supposed to do, I guess, but it's exhausting. And I find that if I share pictures of like Luna, or if I share pictures of anything else, my projects or whatever, like those do much better than the announcements. And I think that if you've pressed the bell, the notification bell on YouTube, it should tell you when I upload a new video. And if that's not working for you, you can follow me on Patreon. You don't have to pay, but you can follow, and I advertise the videos on Patreon usually, if I'm not too overwhelmed or whatever. So just another way to keep in touch. But it'll send you an email when I post a video. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so I'm making cookies and cake. We are bringing some beverages, and we've got a present for the baby, for my brother-in-law and sister's baby, or sister, my brother-in-law's wife. She's not my sister. Is she my sister-in-law? Not technically. She is my brother's wife. And but she's amazing, and the baby is so cute, isn't she? Oh, you haven't met her. Luna hasn't met her, obviously. She's just too young, and Luna is too rambunctious, so that's okay too. But that is the plan, and I think before, just like every other year, before we go to visit family, we are going to go to visit the graves. So we go to James's parents, his grandparents, some of the cousins. We'll go to as many as we can, just to lay a wreath on the graves and, remember them, include them in our day, because we do miss them very, very much. And actually, I think James is going to go over and clean the grave tomorrow. So that is the first thing. And then we're going to go over and have board games and food and baby snuggles and everything else. So it's going to be wonderful. Everything is closed on Christmas Day. So, it's just kind of like, all right, we're settling in. Put Die Hard in the background, get Monopoly out, let's go. And I think I talked about it before. James made a version of the Game of Life, but made it a local version. We are so excited to play this game. So we are figuring out those pieces tonight. There's a couple of pieces that we need to, oh, that was actually in the right place. There's a couple pieces that we need to figure out, and some extras, cards and things. I'm so excited. We did have a trial run during our Friendsgiving, and it went over a treat. But there were some things, you know when you like modify a game, if you've ever modified a board game, there's like a couple of things that, a couple snags usually. And I think we made notes as I was going along, as we were playing the game. I was taking notes like what things were awkward. So we're gonna fix those tonight. And now that we don't have internet, it's kind of like, well, what else are we gonna do? Luckily at this house, at our new abode, there is TV. Like, we do have TV channels. Before, when the internet went out, we have nothing to watch. But luckily we do have cable TV, so we've been kind of watching, there have been some really cheesy Christmas movies on, and we've skipped those for now. But there's like game shows and things like that on TV. There's one called Tipping Point. Have you ever seen that one? I think it's a really popular game, or it was a really popular kind of game back when I was a kid. You know those, you put in a quarter and it falls down and lands on a moving tray, like this ledge, and you have to get it over the edge, and whatever falls off the ledge is your winnings, your money that you've won. This is kind of like that, but they've added a quiz show element to it. So there's trivia first before you can get your coins, so to speak. I really like that game. And then there's the chase as well. I don't think we have that in the States. Maybe you do. Maybe you have it now. It's a game where you have like these really smart people. They are trivia whizzes, and they are the kind of the chasers, they call them. So you as the player have to go up against a chaser, and you have to correctly answer a question in order to move closer to home. And the chaser is trying to beat you home and get you kicked out of the game. So that's the whole thing with the chase. And I enjoy watching it. It's really funny. So yeah, that is what's going on, and super excited. On Christmas Eve, we are doing the charity event, and that's going to be fun. I'm sure that there will be some sore heads, not mine. I'm trying to take it easy this year and not go out and do too much all at once. But like I said, we do have our friends coming from all over the country. And so anyway, on Christmas Eve, we host this, or my brother-in-law hosts a charity event at his restaurant. Basically, you just pay, you donate. You don't have to pay for the food, but if you can make a donation, that's the whole reason that we're doing it. And so there's going to be soup and chicken korma, and he said there's going to be like a beef stroganoff or something like that available. But this year they're not doing sandwiches or anything complicated. Just here's the thing, here's your tea and coffee or your glass of wine or whatever you would like, and you can make a donation then on your way out. And it has been really, really successful and lovely in the past, and I do hope that everything goes much smoother this year than it has in the past. And we get to see everybody that's local, and people who might not be around very often. They'll come in and say hello and, give their Christmas wishes and everything. So that'll be nice. And then I've got some hot chocolate that I've been saving, and I found Bailey's whipped cream. Oh my goodness, so decadent. So that's going to be my evening. And I think I'm just going to watch some, traditional Christmas films like Die Hard. And oh my goodness. Okay, I am really, really late to the newer Terminator movie. Has anybody seen Dark Fate? Terminator Dark Fate. It was 2019. Arnold was in it. I only just saw it last night, and that was a little disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. I really liked Arnold in this one, obviously, but the story, they changed it so much. It was really weird. It felt like, to me personally, it felt like they were just trying to reboot the series, but it wasn't very deep. None of the characters got... You didn't really feel them on an emotional level, so when something bad happens to a character, you don't actually feel bad at all. There was no emotion in it. It's just like, oh, look at all the special effects and the big big explosions and stuff like that. I know it's an action movie, and I know that, it's a whole series of action movies, but I was watching it just going, really? This is the best they could do in 2019? I don't know. But I also, I heard about this film called Maudie, which is written by an Irish woman, and it documents the life of Maud Lewis, who was a Nova Scotian artist who lived her life with crippling arthritis, and she began painting as an adult, really. A very humble and lovely person, and they made a biopic about her, and I watched it. It was so emotional. I was welling up over it. So I highly recommend it. I think it's leaving Netflix at the beginning of next year or at the end of this year, so jump on it if that's your thing. It's very dark in some places and some parts of it, but definitely better than that new Terminator movie. But yeah, that is really what I've been up to lately. We had our lovely get together. It was supposed to be like a girls' night of my friends in the town, and then it kind of just turned into everybody would know, come hang out, have a couple drinks, have a few cocktails together, and just enjoy our company, and celebrate the holidays together, because who knows if we'll see each other or not. Some people have kids, some people are going away to visit their family somewhere else. It's not all cut and dry. It's not easy to predict whether we will see each other or not. We probably will, but we went out and did that, and it was really nice. We all got dressed up and glitzy. One person brought a cheese board. That was so cool. Had a couple cocktails. We felt very fancy, very out of our element. But it was nice to treat ourselves. And then we just went to our local, and that was good too. We got to see loads of people and say hello, and there wasn't any music though. That's what I was kind of sad about. Usually on a Saturday, no, it was Friday night, there would be music everywhere in town. And I think there was only trad music in one of the places. And the rest of them were quiet. And I was like, oh man, that stinks. So we had to make do. One of the people brought a portable speaker. I'm sure that was probably annoying to other people, but honestly, nobody complained about it, so I think we got away with it. And we stayed on the back patio for a while. And yeah, it was really, really fun. Really good to chat with everybody and get to, you know, just catch up. It was good. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. But I did. I talked about the last video, earlier today. As I'm having this scheduled for Christmas Day at 5 Central Time, which is 6 Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Irish time. Earlier today, I think I told you about my plans for 2025 for diamond painting. And I was actually looking back today because I was hoping to finally film an update for my floss tube channel. I do have a cross stitch channel. I haven't made an update in 6 months. So I was hoping that I could, by watching back that video, that I could give an update on the projects that I have worked on. I won't be doing an end of year whip parade because honestly, I think I've only worked on a handful of projects that I can show as far as cross stitching goes. And looking back and watching that video back, I did make some predictions that came true. It was too chaotic for crafting and at most of the time. So I did kind of hit that on the head. But yeah, my pen is running out as I'm talking to you. Let's try this one. Maybe this one's newer. My putty was losing all stickiness. There we go. That's way better. Nice sounds. Yeah, I only worked on a couple of projects, and most of them I don't even really have anymore because I did work on a lot of round robin pieces, meaning that like we decided there were groups of people that decided together to work on like a quadrant of a cross stitch project and then send it on to be finished by other people. And it's really just a nice way to do these cross stitch projects that are like mandalas. So with a mandala, you're doing the same thing 4 times. And it can get old, it can get boring. So we had decided to do this, and I did prioritize those projects over my own. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to do that next year because it's going to be too difficult to even say that I would. Do you know what I mean? But I did bite off more than I could chew, and I joined 2 of the groups instead of just joining 1, which has made things a little bit more complicated. And unfortunately, one of the groups, I haven't received my project yet. So there's no way that I can finish the one I'm working on right now in time for the holidays, but hopefully in a while. By mid-January, I should be finished with that one. But it just means that I've had to pause everything else. And I'm going to just take a little break away from that for a little bit and focus on what I need to get done. Because I was on a roll with some of my projects until, I realized, oh no, I'm actually, someone is counting on me to finish this project, So maybe I have a selfish year next year and I just work on my own my own works in progress and get caught up on some of those stitch alongs that I have, thrown to the wayside. And but yeah, I'll talk more about that in my floss tube video, and hopefully that'll be up for the new year. That's the plan. That is the plan. But tomorrow is a little too busy for that. I have other stuff, not to mention, normal everyday stuff like cleaning house, and like today with the groceries and everything. We went grocery shopping. It was so busy. So busy. But, we got there in the end. But when the holidays, gosh, luckily people are still nice. I don't know if I'm going to go out tomorrow to do any shopping. If I do, it'll be very, very late at night. Because I much prefer to go to the store at night when there are less people and it's quieter and, all that. Kind of not stress out the cashiers, stuff like that. Not too close to closing time, but, because I worked in a grocery store for a very long time, and I know how it is. You get that last minute shopper. There's 5 minutes left before closing time, and they're like, hello, and they just take their time. Yeah, no. That doesn't actually happen here. We're not nice about it. I don't know why. When I was a teenager and I was working in this grocery store in particular, they would not tell a customer to hurry up. You know what I mean? They would come on the loudspeaker and be like, we're closing in 5 minutes. Please bring up your cart to the front. But they wouldn't go to the customer and be like, hey, we're closing the till now. You might want to hustle and get yourself up to the front. And they wouldn't say, okay, it is now 10 o'clock and the store is closed and you need to go because you haven't finished your shopping in time and we are on a schedule. No, they would just wait for them. And I suppose it's a nice thing to do, but people have stopped, I feel like people are meaner or something, more rude or something like that. So here it's just like, if you don't come up before the time, the registers close and they can't do anything. They can't check you out anymore. So you need to be on top of it. And I know it stinks because there are a lot of people who work late. But yeah, time management is all about time management, right? So, anyway, we got that done. And there's what was the one thing I couldn't find? Well, one thing, I don't know if my gluten-free flour has xanthan gum in it or not. I don't think it does. It's not listed in the ingredients. I'm supposed to have xanthan gum. I don't know where to get that. I guess the health food store. And then I couldn't find dill, but I knew where to get it. So I went ahead to a different store and got that. Fresh dill is really hard to find. I've grown it, but I haven't tried to grow it in the winter. Where did the diamond go? My diamond just disappeared into oblivion. There was one other thing. I found the buttermilk. Oh, the one store had run out of... Oh, there it is. The one store had run out of puff pastry. They only had shortcut pastry. And I am making the salmon en croûte for Christmas Eve dinner. And it was so good. We tested it out. I tested it out... Was it in October or November? Recently enough, but not like last week or anything. I tested it out to see if the recipe I was using was good. Oh, so delicious. That has a little tab on it. I'm not going to use that one. You press it down overnight in the fridge by making this candied, it's like a candied layer. And when you put pressure on it in the fridge, it kind of pre-cooks it a little bit too. I think there's citrus in it as well. So it was, oh, so nice with the cream cheese filling. And I'm going to use spinach. Oh yeah, because on the list it said to use watercress. Don't know where to buy watercress here either, so I'm just going to use spinach instead. Oh no, not you. Over here, H. There we go. Yeah, sorry. I know it's probably weird. I'm doing something different on the video than I am on the voiceover. But, gosh, that painting is so pretty. Beachcomber's Bounty. It's really, really nice. It is one of the paintings that my friend Allison helped me with. She did most of it and then left me that blue bauble to finish. I asked her to leave that for me because it is my favorite part of the painting. It is striking and pretty, and I've seen them in person. They're so nice. So I asked her to leave that for me, and she did. So I must refilm that post review because it is very, very nice. But I will say that the Beachcomber's Bounty painting is very, very confetti heavy, and definitely not on a beginner's level. But I mean, if you take it slow, it's fine. But I could see how it could very easily get overwhelming to anybody. Do you know? It's a lot of colors. It's a lot of color changing. And it could... Okay. I just stopped it for a second because it looks like the internet is back. Yay! Hooray! Internet! So I thought that it would be nice to do the second half of this as a bit of a tag thing. So if you want to answer some questions either in the live chat, or if you're watching this back and you feel like sharing, please do. I would love to hear what you have to say, and it'll be just a nice way for us to spend the last like 20 minutes of this little Wipnchat while I'm finishing the bauble. So first question is, when do your decorations go up? When do you start decorating? Do you decorate? For me, I haven't really been decorating much in my adult life. I'll be honest. It's just me and James, so we just tend to, do a couple things here and there. If people were coming over, then I would probably do more. We waited to put up the tree until maybe 2 weeks ago. I think it was after the first week, or at the first weekend in December is when we put up our decorations. I don't like to have them around for too long. Honestly, that has changed a lot since, since 2018. Before that, I would have immediately said right after Thanksgiving. Fair game after Thanksgiving, but lately it's been, just later and later. And just the minimal thing. I have that really cute Diamond Art Club 3D Santa that lights up, and I put that out on the mantle. We've got the tree and all of our special ornaments on it. In my craft room, I have a strand of battery operated lights that keep me feeling festive. And then that's pretty much it. We've got some lights out in the front yard that I plan to turn on. Actually, we should turn them on now. It just got dark out. But other than that, I don't really decorate for the holidays. I don't really decorate for many seasons at all, to be honest. Maybe I should. But I did put up my fully finished cross-stitch pieces that I shared The Nutcracker Parade, I had that framed, so I put that up. And once I get a couple more finished holiday pieces, I will absolutely be swapping them out during the seasons and getting in the mood that way. Another question: if money were no object, how and where would you spend Christmas or whatever holiday that you celebrate? If money wasn't an object, I would really, really like to go to Germany. So we are planning to go to Germany for Oktoberfest, but I really want to go to the Christmas market over there, especially in places like Frankfurt or Munich or something like that. It would be really festive and lovely. I want to try some hot mulled wine and, soak it up. It's going to be really cold over there. So maybe someday in the future I'll be able to, save up and go visit my friend Heike and just have a really fun holiday with her and her family. We'll see. Who do you find the hardest to buy presents for in your family? I think it's really difficult to buy presents for the men in my life. Because most of the time they just say, I have everything I need. And when they need something, they just buy it. So I try to find things that are interesting or of interest, but this year I have not bought presents for anyone except for the baby, because the baby is the most important for me. And also, we're trying to save. But yeah, in general, I can find things for James and I really find it fun, like a little challenge to figure out what to get for him. But his brothers, forget it. I have no idea. A gift card at this stage? I don't know. Where did you spend last Christmas? Last Christmas we were here, and it was fun. We stayed here at this house. It had been before we moved in, so one of James's brothers was living here at the time, and we all came up and stayed to keep him company. And it was a little difficult because it was the first Christmas without their mother. And we did the best we could, and I think we did okay. But there was a lot of sadness last year. So I'm hoping that this year it'll be much, much happier. Another question, do you have a real or an artificial tree? So most years and years past, before we moved here, we always had a real tree, but it was always like a bush. It's not a big tree. It would be a teeny tiny, 3-foot Christmas bush. And that's because it's important to us that it be a plant that can go back outside and get planted again and live its life outside. All of our trees when we lived in the pink house were real potted trees, and we give them names. So our last tree I think was Noel, and before that we had Wenceslas, and a couple others, and Wenceslas is still going. Wenceslas is still living, but he's on the pink property. And this year we have an artificial tree because it came with the house. It was in the attic, and we just figured it would be easier this year to do that because we're still trying to figure out where things are going to go and how we're going to do it. But I would like to go all out and get, the real tree that's big, but I think we're going to wait until My niece is a little bit older to worry about that sort of thing. For now, our sights are set elsewhere. There is another question here. What celebrity would you love to spend Christmas with? That's a good question. I'm not really into celebrities. Maybe you have a favorite celebrity that you would want to spend Christmas with. For me, I think, sorry about the door sounds. I'd have to say like Cillian Murphy or someone like that. I think that would be fun. He's really down to earth. He actually just saved a theater in Tralee from closing, a really old movie theater. Him and his wife bought it, and they're planning on reviving it, which is great. Random, but great. So I think he would be fun to spend Christmas with. And he's one of those people that he doesn't need to speak for you to understand what he's thinking. Like it's written all over his face, and I just think it would be really funny to have him around on the holidays. Another question: how are you spending this Christmas? I already told you how I'm spending my Christmas, but if you want to share how you're spending the holidays, please do. There's another one. Do you own an ugly Christmas sweater? I don't think I do anymore. I have been to a couple of parties, but I think that before we moved, I think I donated a lot of that kind of stuff to the local charity shops because, like I just felt like I didn't need it and maybe someone else could use it. So I don't think I have one anymore. Another question: have you ever had a white Christmas? I have at least once. But I grew up in Virginia, and usually if it's gonna snow, it would snow in like February. January, February time. Not usually around Christmas, but I know that when I was a kid, there was at least one white Christmas, and that was really special. That was really special for us. And I think it is super special to people who don't normally get a lot of snow. Also, I'm pretty sure that it snowed in Korea on Christmas one year as well. I do remember that it was snowing on Christmas Eve one year. I can't remember what year it was. I want to say 2011 maybe, something like that, 2011, 2012. And it was snowing on Christmas, and it just feels nice. It gives it a little bit of, pizzazz. I don't know. Ooh, this is a good question. Do you use colored lights on your tree, or do you use the white lights? We have it's not really white. It's like a warm white. It kind of looks like an orangey color almost. And I like the way that looks with the ornaments. The majority of the ornaments that we have are like red and gold. And so it looks really nice with those ornaments. But in years past, we've had all types. We've had all the different colors. I've had a purple tree. One year I had a Prince tree. My purple rain tree. We like to switch it up. We like to make it fun and, when we can. And then I'm looking at the rest of this, and I'm looking at the time that I have left. And I don't think I have time for those questions. But this is a good one. What's your favorite Christmas movie? I think that my top favorite movie is Home Alone, the original. I really, really enjoyed that movie. I think it's fun. But, I also really enjoy like animated movies, like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. I think it's a Larkin Bass movie, if I remember correctly. And all of those movies from like, was it the early 60s? I think that they came out. I can't remember. They were always really fun and enjoyable around the holidays. And you can't forget the like Peanut special and stuff like that. Those I really connect with. Those would be my favorites. Are you the kind of family that opens presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning? We have always been Christmas morning people, but I did date someone who did Christmas Eve, and that was really special because it meant that we got to, like, obviously, like, we were all older. All their kids were teenagers at that stage, so they knew that, they knew the big secret. It wasn't a secret anymore. And so we could just order food in, watch a bunch of movies, and enjoy our presents together before Christmas Day. But they were a family of introverts, so they kind of wanted to be doing their own thing on Christmas Day, and they had nowhere to go. Like, they didn't have to go around seeing people or visiting family. It was just them. So, yeah, they just let us watch all of our movies and stuff like that the next day. That was really fun. But yeah, mostly a Christmas morning kind of person. What's your favorite festive food? What do you like to eat? I've never liked turkey. I'm more of a ham kind of person. Deviled eggs. And now that, I don't know, it wasn't really like a big deal when I was growing up, or maybe where I lived, or maybe it was just the time period, but we never really had like antipasti, cheese board, charcuterie was not a thing when I lived in the States. Not where I was, not in that time, but I think it's really like, gone up in popularity. But over here, there are so many different types of cheeses, and my favorite now is there's a spicy baking camembert. So it's a wheel of cheese, and you put like spicy honey on top. Oh my goodness, it's so good. So like a slice of apple on a cracker with a little bit of camembert. So good. So I'm really excited for that. And all the leftovers. I can't wait for leftovers. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna make the best carbonara with the Christmas ham. I know that Italians will probably be gagging, but it's delicious. Ooh, here's another one. What's your favorite Christmas scent? Mine is always going to be something that is woody, like very green. Cedar. I enjoy the bergamots, the oud, like kind of dark, the scent of an old book. Like, I really enjoy those scents. And so anything that's like that, cedary, maybe even to the point of being like juniper berry or something like that. But yeah, anything that's like, I don't know, smells like maybe like a potpourri would be nice. It's been a long time since I've seen potpourri, and my great aunt used to decorate for the holidays with potpourri in the bathroom. I remember that. I don't know why that came to my mind. She'd have different colored potpourri for different seasons. It was very 90s, but that was how it was in the guest room anyway, the guest bathroom that never got used. Another one. Do you have any Christmas Eve traditions? For us, not really. We're still, been married for 8 years, but we are just very low key. when it comes to holidays anyway. So Christmas Eve, typically we go to the pub and say hello to the people that have come down to visit. And then the pubs close early on Christmas Eve and they don't open on Christmas Day. So, it's just kind of like I'm going to go have, like a hot whiskey or a port and brandy or something like that. Say hello to people, give lots of hugs and go home. And COVID really messed with that, unfortunately. But we will be saying hello to a couple of people, but not going crazy. And we're going to have our friend over for dinner. And that is going to be fantastic. I think that's our new tradition anyway. And I'm very, very appreciative of it, to be fair. What tops your tree? What's on the top of your tree? I have a little angel. I'm not a religious person, but I got this little tiny angel with it's a handmade decoration. It's meant to be an ornament, but it works as a topper too. It's this silky material that makes up the dress and the wings. And then there's this teeny tiny wooden head that's hand painted with her face. And she's got blonde hair and she's just super cute and someone that we know made it. So it's super special to us. And it's definitely going to keep going on the top of the tree until it falls apart, which I'm sure will be in not too long from now. It's been around for many, many years. I think I got it the first year that I moved here. So, I can't remember. This question is, as a kid, what was the one wild, extravagant gift that you always asked for but never received? I think the one, I can't even answer that because I think I did eventually get it. I asked for a laptop. I was really into writing and I really, really wanted a laptop so that I could create things and not, destroy my fingers. Do you have a favorite Christmas song? My favorite is actually the Mariah Carey song. I know, I love Mariah Carey, so I'm a little biased, but All I Wanted for Christmas Is You is probably on the top of my list. And there's one, I think it's Wham. The band is Wham. That's a really fun song too. But once I start hearing the songs on the radio, it's kind of over for me. I'm like, no, it started. I wish it only started like a week or two before, because that's when I really get into the mood for all the things. And then lastly, do you like giving or receiving gifts better? I really like to give gifts. I'm terrible at receiving gifts because I get very embarrassed. I don't know, trauma, whatever. But like, I really enjoy trying to pick out something that I know that person will love. And it's like a love language to me, if you believe in that sort of thing. And I really, truly enjoy it. So let me know down below. And thank you all so much for coming and watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching me finish this older diamond painting while I talk to you about random stuff. I hope that you all have a wonderful day and a very, very wonderful week ahead. Please feel free to watch back old Christmas movies and the playlist as well. I'll have it linked down below. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all soon in my next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.